we've never been in your shoes, but we're playing the game of life. We'll chase away all your blues with a laugh and a toast of your strife. Never have I ever, never have I ever, starts now.
We're making a list, checking it twice, gonna help some kids with advice. Never have I ever starts now. I've been saving that in my head for the last 25 minutes.
I know. You were so excited. You came out of the bathroom after having a toilet epiphany, and I was like, what the fuck? Why are you so giddy? And you're like, I have the perfect intro for the show. And my friend, you did not disappoint.
I was like so glad that I didn't lose it. Somewhere I cleaned it up in my head like to make the syllables all match.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yes.
Yeah, it's even funnier that we keep talking about it too.
Yeah, let's just do an entire show where we dissect that opening phrase.
Yeah, we just talk about the jokes that we make. That's really why they're funny.
Except we're not good at jokes.
No!
All right, let's hope I didn't delete the email with all the questions. For
That'd
those
be
of you
terrible.
who are joining us for the first time ever, this is Never Have I Ever, the advice podcast hosted by me.
And me.
Two me's come to you live from the Octagon. Not really live, but it's live to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
With minimal editing.
We are
don't know how.
We are capturing a moment in time.
Okay, Doctor Who.
Or, just whatever. But yeah, sure, Doctor Who, we can go for that. We can go for like a Blade Runner thing. Like there's that whole speech at the end.
Oh, Blade Runner. I thought you said Maze Runner.
No.
I still don't know what that's about. Obviously, it's about mazes, but...
Something about like huge spider things that kill children. I don't know.
Anyways, I pulled some questions from Reddit, YouTube, as well as our email account, which you can email your questions and submissions to neverhaveievershow@gmail.com. We'll keep it anonymous, keep it fresh, and keep you happy and safe while giving you proper life coaching advice.
I guess it's proper. I don't even know if we'll keep people safe, but everything else that you said I can agree with.
We're like Batman in the Dark Knight. Like, we're helping people to the point where we're making the problem worse.
Oh, you mean like when he's refusing to turn himself into the Joker sort of a thing? Like he's still helping, but by also helping, he's also hurting people? That sort of a thing?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, question number 1.
Huh. I lost my question.
Damn it. This is exactly what we said wouldn't happen.
I'm in a relationship of 3 years. I love her so much. We live a few hours drive apart because of education, which already puts a strain on our relationship. Duh. She is generally a very jealous person, and that affects us all the time, and it's bad to the point where she recently made an argument at a party because I was in a picture with a few girls.
Oh no.
She can never see how bad it is with her getting jealous.
What?
The last few times our posse has gone out, a girl has been playfully flirting with me, and I played back a couple of times. A couple nights ago, there was a party, and in the morning when I woke up, I couldn't even remember how I got home or anything. I must have gotten a real state. I had this dream that I fooled around with the girl in question, but when I went into my dorm kitchen, all my friends had hinted and started confirming what I thought I had dreamed.
No.
I am mortified that I would do this, and I've been sick all day following it. I don't know what I should do. Should I tell her? If I do, I'm pretty sure the relationship will be over, and I can't live without her. Please, anything will help.
This guy is so twisted. He's
twisted.
His brain is just so twisted up.
He's twisted.
No, like
she's twisted.
No, like emotionally, he's so twisted up inside. Like, just buddy, no.
Making out with that girl was the best thing you could have done, because now there's a reason to end this travesty of a relationship.
Yeah, like your relationship wasn't good. You can live without her.
You clearly can. Just get drunk and I guess make out with people.
I mean, to be fair, he did cheat on his girlfriend, so bad on him for that. Like, that wasn't good.
But he confirmed all of her suspicions.
Yeah, which also isn't good. But you also had a shitty relationship before. Like, you didn't make out with that girl while you were drunk because you're in a good relationship. Like, you were in a shitty one, whether or not you realized it or not.
Wow, you're coming across like the end of Jerry Springer episode where he takes like that 2 minutes to like further explain a situation. He's like, yeah, she's a shitty person and you're a shitty person. Stop being shitty people together.
Honestly, yes. You know why? Because I've been this kid. I've been in almost this exact situation. I'm going to put a finger down because I have been in this situation.
I totally get drunk and make out with people, and then I give them my shirts, and I never see them again.
I never got drunk and made out with someone while I was dating someone else.
Oh, I've never done that.
But, yeah, I mean, I've gotten drunk and made out with people, sure. But, I was in a relationship once where...
Only once.
Never 3 times. I was in a relationship once with a girl, and she was very jealous towards the end of it of my friendship with this other girl who I was friends with, obviously. And it caused a very big rift, and it was bad. It got to the point where like she's setting rules like this person can't come over to your apartment or like
sleep in your bed, suck on your dick.
Shut up. Like you can barely hang out with this person. Like this girl and I were like 2 heads of a club together in college. So it's like I couldn't not see her. Like we were doing school stuff together too, in addition to like friend stuff. So like once these boundaries started getting set, it was like I was okay, or like I would try to like reassure her like nothing's gonna happen, blah blah blah, and then it just gets to the point where you just gotta say fuck it, this isn't right. Like you can't dictate who I can and can't hang out with. Like that's not right. I remember she told me like she didn't want this girl hanging out in my apartment. I get back to school, the very first night that I'm back, this girl's at my apartment. In my head, I'm secretly like, yeah, fuck you, girlfriend. Which is, I mean, yeah, we broke up like probably a week or 2 later. But that's why when people are like jealous, a little bit of jealousy is good in a relationship, I disagree wholeheartedly. Jealousy is never good. Jealousy causes tears.
A lot of this jealousy comes from the fact that they're already in a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain point where people feel inadequate with that space, and they feel like they lose that semblance of control. Which I think if control is a part of your relationship to begin with, it's not a very good relationship at all.
No.
It should be one of those free-flowing trust kind of situations where control is pulled away or reined back. So for her to just be like, you're in a picture with a girl at a party? What? Did you two bang? It was like, yeah, we banged right there in the middle of a party.
Yeah, because we were fucking... Yeah, sorry I went to this party and I had fun with a bunch of friends. But we were going to Skype tonight. No, we were. We never had those plans. Like, you just put... yeah, it's just bad like that when jealousy is in a relationship. So, anyway...
Tell her.
Yeah, tell her and break up.
Make that the catalyst, so that way, even if you feel bad that like you made out with somebody else, on the same token, you can finally get out of this travesty of a relationship.
You should feel bad that you cheated on your girlfriend. Yes. But you shouldn't feel bad. You shouldn't feel like the relationship ended just because of you. Like the relationship also ended because she was doing dumb things as well.
Because she's crazy.
Yeah.
Ready for the next question?
Yeah, let's do it.
In a nutshell, I met my girlfriend on Tinder.
Okay.
I kissed her on our first date.
Never done that. Never met a girlfriend off Tinder.
Not a girlfriend. I met like one person off Tinder.
Yeah, me too.
Been canceled on once. Who recently messaged me back like a month later.
Weird. Well, I mean, not weird. Weird and weird. Like, it's weird that she... It's not weird that she tried to pick up the conversation again. Like, I think that's fine.
But she's the one that bailed.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's like, you bailed, and then you stopped talking to me, and then you started talking to me again. Like, if we had just stopped talking, and, like, you didn't bail on me or something, like, if we never had plans, we just stopped talking, and then you started talking to me again, it'd be a lot less weird. But it's like, yeah. Anyway, continuing.
Third base on our second date.
Ooh.
And we said I love you way too soon.
Whoa.
I'm her first and she's my first. We connect. We love to talk about anything. I enjoy her company so much.
What do you mean anything? What does that mean? I enjoy talking about fucking penguins.
Yeah, I mean, some people are really into
and I
fucking
mean
penguins.
fucking penguins.
Penguins?
Penguins. Like the Sidney Crosbys.
She seems perfect, except she cosplays and watches anime and reads manga. I have no idea why, but that's a huge turnoff. I don't know why. She has thousands of pictures on Facebook with her cosplaying and her friends making an almost sexual photo with another girl. I overreacted, and I can't stop myself from judging her. It seems more like a self-esteem problem that she has. I'm devastated by this because I don't want to spend the holidays and my birthday after that all by myself. I want to stay in a relationship with her, and I want her to stop cosplaying because she's refusing to stop. And she's devastated as well because I don't accept that hobby.
Yo, fuck off, dude. Go fuck yourself.
He's got a little bit of furry fury, if you read me.
He wants to be in this relationship so he can get stuff.
Like not being alone.
I don't want to break up with her because, I mean, Christmas is coming and so is my birthday, so I know she's going to give me some fucking gifts, so maybe I'll break up with her after that because I want presents. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Fuck off. You just want things. Also, you don't have to like a person's hobby. You just have to accept it and appreciate it, I guess. Like, there's no world where she's asking you to get into anime, to get into manga. Like, if she were trying to do that, trying to pressure you into it, then be like, all right, she shouldn't be doing that. But it sounds like she's not doing that at all. So it's not really it's just like, it's like, if somebody was saying, oh, Tom plays guitar. I don't like guitar. I don't like that he has that hobby. Fuck him. I don't know if I want to be in this relationship. It's like, fuck you. This is obviously an important part of my life. Cosplaying, I don't know. And anime, I like some anime, and I like, I don't know. I've never been to a Comic-Con. I don't know if I would dress up for Comic-Con. That might be a little much. But then I think you're also a little weird if you don't dress up. You know what I mean?
I keep thinking of what the only costume I could possibly not look shitty in. And I'm thinking it'd be the dog from Spaceballs.
Yes! What was that guy's name besides John Candy?
I don't know. It was like...
Barf. It was Barf.
Yeah. I'd go as Barf.
Yes.
Like, that's a character that
That'd
could
be
pull
so
off.
Good.
It's just like, I couldn't go dressed as Spider-Man because it would be like, oh my god, there's a fat Spider-Man over there. He doesn't have any webs that are strong enough to hold him up, let alone an enemy.
Man, I would definitely cosplay as either... I would want to do the 10th Doctor or... which is David Tennant's Doctor.
You should go as the TARDIS.
No. Because... I mean, the TARDIS is so bulky and big. Like, you're just wearing a box. Like,
no, that's not fair. You can make big and bulky work. Remember, we went to high school with a kid who went to Halloween as a tank, like complete with a wheelchair.
That was fucking sick costume.
You gotta want
it. But no, yeah, I think I'd cosplay as probably like the 10th Doctor or maybe some sort of superhero. I can't grow mutton chops. I would really want to do Wolverine, but I can't grow mutton chops to save my life. So that's kind of out. I could do Spider-Man. I've got kind of like that skinny build.
You worked for Spider-Man once.
Yeah. People thought that I was Spider-Man. I was like, nope.
Only at the bar at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
You're Tom. You're Spider-Man.
Like, I promoted Spider-Man. You are correct. Doesn't make me Tobey Maguire or...
Was that even
Andrew
a Tobey
Garfield.
Maguire Spider-Man?
No, it was Andrew Garfield.
I was about to say... That doesn't even fit. Basically, in a relationship, you don't need to have every bit of the same interest. That kind of what keeps a relationship fresh.
You're unique and independent people.
Like, I don't expect to date somebody and have them want to watch Civil War Journal with me.
Yeah.
Like, Tom wouldn't expect somebody to want to watch Doctor Who with him. I'm just kidding.
I mean, for a while, I've considered like the type of girls I've dated and wondered like maybe I should try to date like a different type of girl. Like I usually I'm usually into like the music, kind of like it's just instant connection. Like if she plays an instrument, oh, it's so fucking hot if like she plays an instrument or something. But then I'm like, I mean, I've never dated like a really sports oriented girl. Like a girl who played lacrosse or something in college or high school. So I'm like, I wonder what that would be like. Maybe I should like try to be into something a little different than me, just to like get that different experience. So I mean, I think it's good to kind of when you're single and looking to mingle, kind of evaluate your preferences, but then also think like, what other differences could I grow from and learn and embrace? Not that I don't like sports, I just don't really watch too many sports. I mean, I played hockey, I played soccer, so I wasn't like super like hockey is my life.
I mean, I've seen you try to watch sports that you didn't necessarily play.
Yeah.
And it's not that you don't know what's going on. It's just like it doesn't grab you.
No.
Which isn't a bad thing at all.
No, it's like basketball. Basketball doesn't grab me. Football can grab me a little bit.
It depends on the game, the moment, the pressure.
Exactly. Even hockey.
You're not going to sit there on a Sunday afternoon and watch a football game.
Yeah.
But if you're at a bar with a lot of people watching the big Monday night game, that might do something.
Oh, yeah, then I can get into it.
Yeah.
It's same with like hockey. Like if hockey's on, I'll enjoy watching it, but then I'll also kind of zone out, do my own thing, get on Facebook or whatever, then look up like, oh, someone fucking scored. I want to see that replay. Holy shit, that was a good shot. So yeah, fuck this guy. Well, appreciate that she likes manga. You don't have to like it yourself. If it's that big of a deal, fucking break up.
The thing is, though, I might be going out on a limb here, but odds are her anime, manga, and cosplaying happened way before you, or started way before you.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous to say all of a sudden now entering this relationship, you're like, man, you're a girl, you're a 9 out of 10. This shit's really bothering you. You don't get to make that decision.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've definitely dated people who have like really weird interests, and it's one of those things where you're like, okay, that's cool because that's part of you, that's a quirk of yours. I like watching professional wrestling. Let's balance the two out.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we both have like some weirder shit that we're into. Like I really like death metal. I understand
really like German Shaza. I mean, what?
But it's like I understand that when I get in this relationship, like your odds are you're not going to like death metal, which is fine. I'm not going to play death metal in the car and try like get you into Cannibal Corpse or anything. But as long as like you don't like judge me or like anything like that for liking it, then we're fine, you know?
It's not about liking what other people like. It's about acknowledging that it's a part of their life and allowing it to coexist.
Exactly. And just appreciating that it's there.
Bob Ross said a hobby or a passion is nothing more than a pursued interest. She has a passion for cosplaying. That's not your decision to make that for her.
Yeah.
She wakes up and that's what she wants to do at the end of the day. Then you know what? She can do that and be happy without you. So grow the fuck up.
Yeah. Fuck this guy.
It's his first ever girlfriend, so I guess that makes more sense. But even then, it doesn't make it right.
Yeah, you are always dumb when like you're in your first relationship. Like, remember when I was telling you about like my big ex was like the jealous type? Before, when we first started dating, I was the more like jealous one in the relationship. Like I did shitty things too. I was by no means an angel. It's all about learning.
Next question?
Next question.
All right, let's see. My girlfriend keeps getting mad at me because I don't post enough about her on social media or Snapchat her enough or like all of her pictures on social media.
Huh.
I like as many posts as I can, but like if I'm at work or school and I miss a couple of them, I don't think it's my fault to have to go back and make sure I like every single one of them. I really don't like using social media. And if she didn't want me to so badly, then I probably wouldn't do it at all. But she keeps getting more upset about it, and I just don't know what to do. I don't want to use social media to validate my relationship, but I think that's important to make sure that she's happy. I still text her at all hours of the day, but it doesn't seem to be enough. What can I do?
This is interesting because I've felt the same way a little bit.
When she doesn't like all of your pictures on Facebook or Tinder or Instagrizzle?
No, I mean, like, I remember first get in a relationship, like when you're single and you see, and like you are 18 or something, and you see your friends are in relationships and they're posting these pictures like, oh my God, out with the boo or something, doing this thing. No, we're going back to like 2009. Bae wasn't a thing yet.
I've never had a bae.
It was all about the boo. I don't think I've had a bae either since that's been a term. But anyway, you know, people would like be posting pictures and shit of them hanging out with their significant other, and when you're single, you're kind of like, oh, I want that. And then like I remember when I was dating my girlfriend, she like would post something of us like, oh, I had an awesome day with Tom today, blah blah blah. But it just kind of makes you feel good. You're like, oh, this is nice, this is cool. So I kind of get her side, like wanting her boyfriend to like post things to like make her feel wanted and make her feel special in a way, but at the same time she's putting so much weight on it, on something that doesn't matter too much.
Gotta make a fat joke. Too much weight on it. No,
bad joke.
It's a constant struggle though of wanting to be in the relationship and be happy in the relationship for you and the significant other. Mm-hmm. But at the same point, like, there is a little bit of jealousy that goes on in the fact that you want other people to see how happy you are.
Yeah.
And no matter how legitimate or honest that is to everybody involved, everybody still kind of wants to be acknowledged. It's like that whole concept of being a good worker, and they're like, would you mind working really hard and not getting acknowledged for it? Or do you like to be acknowledged every time you do something right?
Mm-hmm.
They have that like same outlook when it comes to a relationship. It's like you could go on 10 dates and not publicize any of them and be in a very happy relationship. Or you could go on 4 dates, make sure you post, oh, here's our picture of dinner together, here's us at the movies, here's us bowling after.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh my God, they're having so much more fun. And then you get a little bit of a high off their jealousy. Mm-hmm. But at the same point, that doesn't make you like that other person any bit more.
Yeah. The other thing is that if you post too much, people start to hate you. Like,
well, I hate most couples.
It's just like, oh, you're posting this thing again? Fuck, I get it. You guys are dating. I remember there's this one couple on Facebook who, before they were even engaged, they would call each other, like she would call him hubby on posts, like out with hubby, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're 20. You're 20 and you're not even fucking engaged or anything. What the fuck? What are you doing? What's going on?
Dean Ambrose just won the title.
Fucking Tim's watching wrestling while we're recording this. And now he's geeking out because his favorite wrestler won something. His favorite wrestler didn't get put through a chair, I guess.
Close. We can edit that part out if you want, but he just legitimately won a title for the first time in 3 years.
No, we're not editing it.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm not afraid.
All right. You do you, manga girl.
Dean Ambrose is my manga. Except if I went there, I'd probably end up cosplaying as Kevin Owens because I can pull off fat French Canadian. But yeah, like, you don't need to have that kind of validation. If that's what's more important to her, is getting other people to believe that your relationship is better than you two believe it is,
mm-hmm.
Maybe you're not in a very healthy relationship to begin with.
Maybe, I don't know, just see if you can get her to dial it down a little bit.
It's definitely worth a discussion.
Like, should he try to like everything that she posts?
He should try at least, but I don't think he should be held responsible if, like, he misses one and all of a sudden she's like, what the fuck? Why didn't you like that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been at work for 3 days straight. Oh, well, that's not good enough.
I mean, you have your phone. You can get on there, and check with me and see what I'm posting. You don't have it so that I show up at the very top of your timeline.
You don't get a push notification every time I post something?
Yeah, like, you can set that up, babe. Like, if you don't have that set up yet, like, what is this even for? Like, I just don't get it. Are you, like, bored of me now? Like, is that it? Are you saying you're bored of me? Oh, babe?
I think it definitely merits a discussion about trying to find a way to dial it back a little bit.
Sure.
Because it shouldn't be your responsibility to
But how
make
do
your
you-
relationship look better online.
We talk about like having these conversations, but how do you bring it up though? Like, how do you bring up?
Obviously,
I
you wait.
don't-
Obviously, if every time he doesn't do it, it warrants some kind of like, babe, why didn't you like that? Take one of those and just flip it back and be like, I'm sorry, I was at work. I didn't have time to. I'm sorry, I still love you.
See, the way you just said that though sounded very confrontational, and I don't think you can be
As if somebody's saying, babe, why didn't you like that post?
right. But I don't
Isn't
think you can.
confrontation.
I don't think you can fight confrontation with confrontation though.
Sure, you can. They fight wars on that all the
No,
time.
but then everyone just gets angry at each other and nothing is resolved.
So what do you want to do? Have her be like, babe, why didn't you like that Facebook status? And just be like, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think you respond with a snarky comment like, sorry, I was at work all day fucking making money and
Making
shit.
money in the bank, contract signing. What?
Um,
Sorry.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, don't be a pussy about it. Stand your ground, but don't
Calm down,
don't be
George
snarky.
Zimmerman.
Don't
Calm
be
down.
snarky, I guess. Don't be sarcastic. Or an
Yeah.
ass. Don't be an asshole about it.
DBAA. Don't be an asshole.
Ayo.
All right, one more question.
Uno mas.
Uno más. Oh man, which one of these two to pick from? Oh man. All right. I'm 21 years old, and I'm considering on moving in with my other half.
Okay.
We've been together for 6 months,
Okay.
and without a doubt, this girl is my everything. She is my happiness. But financially, it works because I have a pretty good job where my salary is only going to get higher, and she works a lot too. I currently live by myself, and I hate it. I get lonely, and I just miss her. Me and her.
But you can wear your boxers all the fucking time or be naked.
if you live
could
with
be
your
naked
girlfriend, why
all the
couldn't you
time.
be naked all the time?
Shut up. Good point.
I currently live by myself and I hate it. I get lonely and just miss her. Me and her do think it would work financially. It's easily doable, but what does it do to put our relationship at risk this way? What do you guys think?
Wait. Was it due to put our relationship at risk this way?
They've only been together 6 months.
Yeah.
All of a sudden jumping into the move-in situation because you miss her is kind of extreme.
Especially since they're 21-ish. Like, that's a super, super young to be moving in together. I don't know. Maybe not, but I
21 isn't too early. I think 6 months is too early.
yeah, that's the bigger issue, I think.
Because I don't know if you necessarily know all the flaws in somebody that's going to drive you insane within that first 6 months.
Especially when you move in together, you find more flaws than you anticipated.
Like-
not 100%. Like, that sounded so negative. But you find little quirks and shit that might not work, that might damage the relationship or something. I don't know.
The thing is, like, this guy's all about, oh yeah, I got a great paying job and it's only going to get better for me. Great, live on your own, dude. Have her come over. Have her stay with you a little bit. Don't put her name on a lease. Fucking don't put her name on a lease. Especially when you've only been together 6 months.
Yeah.
It's just not safe. You got to think about, where you were 6 months ago and where you're going to be 6 months from now.
Right. Exactly. 6 months. You're not in the honeymoon phase, though, still, of the relationship.
It's like when you go to college and if you start dating somebody in the beginning of the semester and now it's the end of the semester and you're heading like towards the break phase, that's when you truly test the strength of your relationship.
Right. It's like, can we make it through this break?
So like,
Only seeing each other maybe once or twice.
exactly. And now when you kind of flip that on its head a little bit, you're like, now we'll go from seeing each other once every while to seeing each other every day.
All the goddamn time.
And I'm going to fart in bed and you're going to hate it. And then you're going to leave, except not. You're going to make me sleep on the couch because we're both signed to the same lease.
I mean, it could work. There is a world where this could work. It's just...
Not this one.
I mean, I don't know. We have friends who have moved in together after having a very short term relationship beforehand, and it's working okay for now, you know?
True.
So, I mean, it's possible.
But we also have friends who have done that even after longer periods of time, and that's when they just found out it wasn't going to work.
Very true. Very true.
And like some of those are now happily into other relationships, which, I mean, I still think it's a bit of a rushing phase. I don't think I necessarily feel comfortable in 6 months moving in with somebody.
I don't think I would. But then again, I've never been in love.
Fact.
No, I'm kidding. I totally have. I fell in love every 5 minutes on the subway train in New York.
Only looking at homeless men.
Obviously. I exclusively only traveled in train cars that had homeless men because I loved the smell of piss too.
What do you mean only exclusively travel? You can ride any train in New York City and you are exclusively traveling with homeless people.
Right. But some train cars are worse. Like if you see an empty train car, you're like, oh, sick, this is dope.
And you get on there and you immediately find out why it's empty.
Exactly.
There's a homeless pregnant woman giving birth.
It smells like shit, and you get in there, and then the doors close, and you're like, I'm trapped until the next stop. And like, I remember this happened to me. I like made eye contact with a dad and his family, and we were both just had the same look of, fuck, we are trapped here for the next like 5 minutes. This is awful. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Love.
Love? Oh, how I've never been in it, I guess. I don't know, because I'm a robot on the inside.
A robot without a heart?
Yep, like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
If you only had a heart.
Right, yeah, because Scarecrow needed a brain, Lion needed courage, Tin Man needed heart. I was right. Anyway, should this guy move in? Fucking you do you, I guess. Like,
what was her name in The Wizard of Oz?
Dorothy.
I was going to make a joke, and Dorothy needed dick. But and I couldn't think of her name. And I almost said Little Red Riding Hood, and then I almost switched it out to just say Toto.
The dog.
So,
oh man,
I deconstructed that joke in my own mind and then lost it, and still somehow it got really bad at the end.
Well, Scarecrow was fucking the Wicked Witch of the West.
Was he?
Well, if you watch Wicked, he was. In the musical.
And if you pay attention to the movie, you can see midgets hanging themselves in the background.
No, in Wicked, there's this one character who falls in love with the Wicked Witch of the West, and then he's the guy who eventually becomes turned into Scarecrow.
The Batman villain?
Yes, the Batman villain.
Really?
Cillian Murphy.
Really?
Yes.
You're kidding.
I am.
Fuck. Because I got excited for a second. I'm like, I'll go to a Broadway musical if Cillian Murphy becomes the bad guy.
That'd be dope. Anyway.
I'd watch Cillian Murphy at Whole Foods. I don't give a fuck. That guy's adorable.
Adorable. Not the word I was going to choose.
What are you going to use?
Awesome, cool, a good actor.
He's also good looking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see it.
So adorable works.
Yeah, I guess
like
you're
a
right.
puppy.
I guess you're right.
So basically 6 months is too early to move in with somebody.
It might be or it might not be. Like we just said, we've had friends it's worked out for. We've had friends it hasn't. So I guess you won't know till you try. I would say don't move in just because you're lonely. Like if your sole reason is I'm lonely, work on yourself.
Yeah.
Like I get that. I've lived alone before and you do get lonely after a while, especially because like you have friends who are always hanging out with each other and like you live in another part of town and you're like, oh, I wonder what these dudes are up to. I don't know. They're probably busy. I won't text them. I'll just sit here and watch Netflix, I guess. And so, yeah, you can't get lonely, but maybe move in with some other friends first. And then she can hang out all the time at your place or something. Why not just hang out more?
Yeah.
Like maybe she stays over at your place for like a weekend at a time. And then maybe like a week at a time. And you kind of test the waters that way. Like, All right, we've dealt with each other for like a week. I don't want to use the word dealt with each other. That sounds negative. We've been basically pseudo living together for like a week now, and things are going pretty well. Maybe we could actually live together full time and it'd be okay. Or maybe you found out the opposite. Like, oh, she shits with the door open. I'm not into this.
I am.
I don't want to know what you're into in the bedroom.
Whatever it is that's happening behind you.
Wrestling.
All right, Tom, do you feel like you helped some people today?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Remember,
especially Jealous Kid. I feel like I helped him because I had to put the finger down
he
for
wasn't
that.
the jealous one.
No, but the dude dealing with jealousy.
Very true. Remember, if you have any questions that you would like to submit to us to answer on the podcast, you can always send them to neverhaveievershow@gmail.com. Check us out on neverhaveievershow.tumblr.com, on Twitter at NHIE Show, and on Facebook. Tom, you ready to head into my favorite section of the show?
News headlines.
Hell yeah. So this is real stuff
I was
that's
going to say the part where we wrestle. Wink, wink.
John Cena in a spit-swapping makeout match. All right, so for those of you who are new to the show, every week I go ahead and pull 5 headlines from around the world. Tom doesn't watch the news, not in a bad way. He just has better things to do with his time. So oftentimes he figures out what's happening in the world through me.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes through this show. So I pulled 5 headlines that I'm pretty sure Tom hasn't seen from the past week. And from these 5, one of them I have made up. So Tom has to try and guess which one that is. Are you ready to play, Tom?
Let's do it.
Number 1, Jewish man arrested after stabbing bartender that served clamato juice.
What's clamato juice?
Clam and tomato.
Oh. Huh.
Number 2.
Do Jews not like clamato juice? Is that like a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the bartender said like, hey, you want some clamato juice? And the Jew was like, what'd you fucking call me?
Shirkayim.
And then he was like, crucify him.
Number 2, Texas couple ordered to remove nude nativity scene.
Ordered to remove nude nativity scene?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get a nude nativity scene?
It's Texas, man.
Like did you build it yourself? Why was everyone nude? I mean, I understand baby Jesus being nude, but like, why are the wise men nude? Why?
Rule 34 Christmas.
It honestly seems like Mary just had a kid and they're about to gang fuck her. Or they got done gang fucking her while she was pregnant and then she popped out baby Jesus.
Woof.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to a hell. I just talked about
Number
Mary getting
3.
gang fucked.
Number 3.
You want to move on so hard from that, so I don't focus on Mary
She went
getting
from being a
gang
virgin
fucked.
to getting gang fucked.
That's how the porn industry gets you.
Number 3. Pennsylvania cop accused of huffing canned air while on duty.
Huh. Okay.
Number 4. Men dressed as pandas rob convenience store.
Sounds like one of my friends. He has a panda costume.
Number 5. Prisoners attempt escape from prison with guns made from carved soap. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to read those 5 headlines again, and Tom has to try to discover which one was made up.
They carved soap into the shape of guns.
Mm-hmm.
Did they successfully escape?
Number 1. Jewish man arrested after stabbing bartender that served clamato juice.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2. Texas couple ordered to remove nude nativity scene. Number 3. Pennsylvania cop accused of huffing canned air while on duty. Number 4. Men dressed as pandas rob convenience store. Or number 5. Prisoners attempt escape from prison with guns made from carved soap.
This is a hard one today. This is hard.
And I was able to keep a straight face during all of them.
It was so... Like, there were some crazy ones, like the panda one, and then there's some very mild ones, like the huffing canned air, which just seems very mild in comparison. Like, that shouldn't be a huge news story. Unless, I mean, he was on duty, so unless something really bad happened while he was on duty, like 9/11 happened while he was on duty, it's like,
if you weren't huffing
fuck.
canned air, you could have stopped 9/11.
Like, oh, fuck! Like, Officer Bar Brady, we need you.
I'm not gonna shoot any more kids.
If you haven't watched the new season of South Park, you should. Anyway, this is hard because I feel like you would have written pandas, but that also seems very plausible.
And I kept a straight face the entire
The carved
time.
soap reminds me of Shawshank Redemption, but we haven't watched that in a bit, so I don't think you got the idea from that. There's the canned air dude. That just seems you could do better than that when you're coming up with headlines. Clamato juice, maybe. What was number 2 again? Oh, Texas. That one's definitely true. I don't need that one is 100%. Fuck it. I'm gonna go for Clamato juice. Clamato juice. Chlamydia juice.
Tom, this week prisoners did attempt to escape with guns made from carved soap.
Okay.
Men dressed as pandas did rob a convenience store.
So far, I'm doing okay.
Pennsylvania cop is accused and probably did huff canned air while on duty.
Can I ask why was that a big deal? Like, obviously, I know why
Because
it was
you're getting high.
I know why it was a big deal, but like compared to everything else, it just seemed so generic.
I don't know. I just saw it.
Okay.
I used it on Twitter news headlines. And
Okay.
controversial.
Gotcha.
And number 4, a Texas couple was not ordered to remove a nude nativity scene.
Damn it! I was so sure.
I know, it's so
I
good,
was
right?
so sure of that one.
You should have thought twice when you said, why were the wise men nude? That should have been the clue, as in, even nudists are like, that's a bit too far. The wise men are wise enough to know it's
because, I mean,
December in the Middle East and we need to wear clothes.
If you see weird headlines, it's always Ohio, Texas, Florida.
Yeah. Florida man ordered to remove Texas couple from front yard.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
All right.
That'll do it from another episode of the Never Have I Ever Show podcast. Like I said, send us an email, your questions, problems, submissions to neverhaveievershow@gmail.com. Check us out at neverhaveievershow.tumblr.com, on Facebook, on Twitter at NHIE Show, or on the YouTubes.
Yep. That's about it. You got all your bases covered. I'm going to take a drink for that one where I put my finger down, and have a good night.
Until next week, guys, keep your fingers in the air.